Hello, beautiful Leos. It is so good to be with you. I'm Jenny from Cosmic Gypsy Tarot, and this is your April 2020 reading. This reading is for you if you are a Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or a Leo cross-watcher, or if you just happened to stumble upon it and it seemed like the right video for you. This video is for you. It may or may not work for you in April, so do check back. If it doesn't resonate for you right now, also if it doesn't resonate, do check your moon, rising, or Venus signs. There may be something for you in there. This is a brand new channel, and I am very honored to be here sharing this with you all. So if this message resonates with you, please feel free to like, share, subscribe. All of those things are helpful, and I would love to stay connected with you. So without further ado, your energy for this month. Panther energy keeps coming out. The fierceness that lives within is like bubbling to the surface. And it's so funny, as I was doing the pre-shuffle, because before I start recording, I pre-shuffle and pray and connect with your energy. And I kept seeing this lion just like roaring. And I was like, oh, I'm just seeing that because it's Leo, blah, you know. And but no, it's that fierceness. It's that protective energy. It's that mother energy that comes through. Like, do not fuck with me or my pack. Like, come on. And there is nothing scarier than a Leo with their claws out. So you are connecting with that energy, and I think that you might want to just make sure that your response is appropriate for this situation, because what I'm getting, excuse me, is that there is the level of your emotions right now are so intense that there is, you might be like lashing out and overreacting actually to the situation at hand because of another situation that is going on right now in your life. So just be a little bit careful with that fierceness, and make sure that it's directed appropriately, because there is a time and a place for that energy. All right, so we're moving on to the Light Seers Tarot, and this is a brand new deck for me, and I love it. I actually highly recommend it. For some reason, it's like every card is like screaming a message at me, and I really love it when tarot cards do that. It's like so amazing. But yeah, it's fun to get to know this deck, and I'm using it for all of my April 2020 readings. We'll also have some oracle cards at the end. This Panther card that I pulled from you was from the Animal Spirit by Kim Kranz. All of her work is so amazing. All right, Leo. So let's see what we have going on for you this month. Oof, the Six of Swords comes out again. The collective is in sync for sure. We are all feeling this coronavirus craziness. So I can't remember which sign it was now that this card came up for, but it was like the level of uncertainty is so high right now, that people are feeling so unsteady physically, mentally, and emotionally and spiritually that it's actually like making people feel ill, and not coronavirus ill, like nauseous. That fear of not knowing what's going to happen is really fucking with people's equilibrium and throwing them off balance. And so that might be what is causing you to sort of like lash out where you don't really need to. But we'll see. That's only the first card. Let's see what happens. Ooh, the Lovers. Look at that card. Look how beautiful. There is this is like, obviously could be soulmate connection, but also could be you know, honoring the polarity that lives within you. Um, this polarity that creates the balance. So being able to love and honor the shadow as well as the light, the darkness and the light. We all contain that within. And so it could be that you are not loving all parts of yourself right now, or it could be that you're not loving all parts of your partner right now. And everything they do is getting on your fucking nerves. And you keep lashing out at them because they keep doing the same fucking thing over and over again. Sorry. I felt that. I am single, and so I'm like practicing social distancing by myself with my animals, my 2 cats and my 2 dogs, and all of my little seedlings. And so I'm actually like, I'm built for social distancing. I'm kind of a hermit anyway. And so, so for me, I've kind of enjoyed this opportunity to go deeper. I've enjoyed the sort of the silence that has come with a little bit of the slowing down in some ways, speeding up in others, but it's just different. It's just different. And I know it's really easy to get caught up in the angst of it all. But I have absolute trust that this is all happening for a reason. But I don't want to get off on a coronavirus tangent. Let's keep going with your reading. It's just hard not to, you know, like it's just like everywhere. Ooh, 10 of Pentacles. Leo, you're going to have everything that your heart desires. And I don't I don't do typically like love readings, but that's definitely the vibe that I'm getting here currently. I mean, we'll see sort of like where we go, but there is something that's asking you to either love your own polarity or the polarity that exists within your partner. And by accepting those things that like are annoying and obnoxious about this person, that's like highlighted, totally getting on your nerves for those of you who are stuck at home with your love. This is an opportunity to accept those things about your partner and like see the beauty in that and like empathize with why they are that way rather than like lashing out with your like ferocious like fuck you temper tantrum. Sorry, that's the way it is. That's the way that I'm seeing it right now. And when you have the ability to do that, like that's when you're going to get everything that your heart desires. Like that is when your love, when you connect with that is the mother energy, that is the unconditional love energy that your partner is like so seeking right now. And that is what's going to give you the happy home that you are looking for and the sense of security. Because once you do that for your partner, like I said, I don't normally do like love readings. I mean, I'll do them like in personals or whatever, but that's not what these general readings are about. But I think there's a large percentage of my Leos out there that that are needing to hear this message. So create the unconditional love, the environment that everything can thrive by accepting the dark and the light within yourself and within your partner. All right, let's keep going. Okay, the Chariot. This is coming in hot, whatever it is. Whatever it is, you are like poised and ready. Like you're poised and ready to pounce. But let's hope that this card is really about being poised and ready to take action. And again, we have the polarity of the dark and the light that is existing here. And so it could be that you're ready to take on the darkness within yourself, that you can use this time that you have right now And instead of like feeling all like shitty and gross about like what exists within the internal and the external, you can use this time to see the perfection in the polarity that exists within and the polarity that is existing in the collective right now. Because that's one of the things that's happening with the coronavirus, is that the scales have been tipping so far towards the dark. We've all been living in it, and we've thought we've been living in the light, but we haven't. And so people's worldview, I wouldn't be surprised if the Hermit comes up, but people's worldview is being like turned totally upside down. So, and maybe that's hitting you especially hard right now, Leo. And sitting with that darkness is not always easy, like recognizing that darkness within yourself and loving it anyway is a challenging thing, and takes a great deal of courage. Two of Pentacles. Again, this card comes up. This was in another reading as well. So again, the collective energy is like crazy strong. Two of Pentacles. So, again, I'm seeing a lot of pairs in this reading. I'm seeing the two horses on the Chariot, the Two of Pentacles. I'm seeing the Lovers, which is the two. So there's a mirroring effect that is going on, as above, so below, as within, so without. And so what's happening with this coronavirus is really just a natural progression of the systems that we've been building on, and the way that we've been operating. And also I'm seeing that there is a freedom that wants to come about. It's kind of like with this Chariot just being like poised and ready. It's like now is the time. Like we have been sort of waiting for it. We've been kind of like trapped in this cage where we have been, we haven't raised the hell that we need to raise, and we haven't shown our teeth because we've been kept just comfortable enough for many of us. Sorry about that. And so now is the time that the shifts that want to come in are here. And we have to reconcile the darkness within ourselves that helped create this situation in order to, that is way too many, in order to bring forward the light that wants to come through. I hope that made sense. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, we have the Page of Cups. So this is really about a time for you to really manifest the things that you think are impossible. So you are being asked to dream the impossible dream. You are actually part of the team of manifestors that is creating this new world that is coming into existence. And there is a darkness that's trying to create this new existence, and there is a light that is trying to create this new existence. And if you're here watching this, you are definitely on the team of the light. That is, and so your part of your work is to hold the vision for the future that you want to create, the future that is in harmony and that works for everyone, not just a small percentage. And it's not a world of greed and takers, but a world that co-creates together. And it is a world that is in harmony, that works for the physical of your physical and the physical environment, the earth, the universe. And a lot of people think that that is like an impossible dream, but it's during these times of the greatest craziness and the greatest upheaval that those things actually have the power and the momentum to happen, even if they don't happen right away. It's the energy of that moment. And so you are being called to very clearly spend some time every single day envisioning the life that you want to create, envisioning the changes that you want to see happening beyond this moment. Seven of Cups, again, this card comes up. I swear, it's crazy. You just can't make this up. Look at my last readings if you were feeling so inclined. And like, share, and subscribe if they resonate with you. Help me spread the message. So again, like looking around at what has been being created and looking at what wants to be built from the sort of destruction. Like when I'm looking at this card right now, I'm seeing like these castles in the sand that have been built, and they've been built like totally on shaky ground, which is what's been happening over time. And so now there's an opportunity to build and create something new and stronger, and something just in like a better alignment. And so taking the time to manifest that is so important. You do have some extra time right now. I mean, everybody kind of does, let's face it. Unless you happen to be considered an essential worker during this time. And if you are one of those people, then we love you, and we are sending you so many prayers every single day. So grateful to your bravery. It's just beyond what anyone has ever been asked to do. And it takes a very special kind of person to fulfill that kind of mission. And so I am like so grateful, and you know that you have the love and appreciation of the entire world behind you, because what would we do without you? What would we do without the people who are helping make sure that we have the food that we need? What would we do without the people who are supplying the healthcare that we need, like in the most ridiculous circumstances? I mean, it's just beyond. You know, all of the rescue workers, fire department, police officers, everybody who's putting their lives on the line in a whole new way every single day, the people who are working at the grocery stores, the farmers, everybody who is taking a risk of exposing themselves to something that is deadly, and so that the rest of us can have the things that we need to survive. That is what a hero is. And I am just beyond in awe of the beautiful things that we are seeing. Even though it's easy to get bogged down by all of the drama of it, let's not forget to focus on the things that are really important. And that is the people who are bravely showing up every single day, like tirelessly. It's amazing. The Empress. I swear this card showed up in another reading too. It's so crazy. Yes, there is a new world being birthed right now. I mean, look at that. It's so obvious. I mean, sometimes it's like, man, is there really a need to go any deeper than this? Look at this creative energy that is existing right now. We are birthing something entirely new. This is an amazing opportunity if we can focus on that, if we can bring our light to that. The possibilities are endless. We do live in an infinitely abundant universe that is built on a creative force beyond anything that we know, and we all carry that force within ourselves. So, and especially, man, you know how tough Leos are. You know. And when you bring your energy, your focused energy, intent to something, you will manifest it like no other, and like with a quickness. All right, let's get one more, and then we'll move on to the oracle cards. I do love a Leo. Okay, the Page of Pentacles, and again, this card also came up in other readings. And so look, this, like, life is a beautiful dance. It is a balance of being there and showing up for the day-to-day and the sort of like work that has to go into putting a roof over your head and putting food on the table, even if it's just for yourself, but if also for your family. That like brings it up a whole new notch. But to be able to bring a childlike sense of wonder to the situation, to like really kind of like be able to look back and see what got us to where we are, and like the wow of that, like connect with that energy. And that is where we're going to have success. That is where we're going to create this amazing new world that wants to be created, that works for people, not corporations. There's a lot of ugliness being like on display right now that's making a lot of people sick. And of course it is, because it's absolutely insane, but those things have to come to the light in order for any change to happen. So we're going through this. We've known it's coming, and now we just have to live through it. Okay, I'm going to do one more, and then we'll move on to your oracles. I know I said that already. Ace of Wands, coming in hot, like this death and rebirth energy that is creating this. There's a lot of new opportunities that are going to be coming through, and I guess for you, Leo, this is something that is going to be very prominent for you this month. So pay attention to the things that sort of come at you very quickly. Pay attention to the ideas that sort of spring from nowhere. Pay attention to that spark of inspiration that you feel that gets you excited. That it's the creative force that is going to allow you to sort of co-create into existence what you've been envisioning. Okay, so we're going to move on to the Oracle cards now. This is the Moonology. We're going to get some advice from the Moonology Oracle cards, and then we're going to move to the Sacred Rebel, which is my jam so hard. I love those cards. All right, let's see what the moon has to say. Okay, the energy is gaining momentum. Like I said, it's like everything's coming in super hot right now. So you got to like jump on board. You got to ride the momentum of that energy that is all over the place, but make sure you choose wisely the energy that you jump onto, because it's really easy to get caught up in the craziness. One more. The end of a tough cycle approaches. So yeah, so I mean, everybody's really been going through it, but there is a light at the end of a tunnel, and you're going to get through it, and you're going to come through it even stronger. And so, you know, the spiral that is life just keeps us going around and around. And every time we learn a little deeper and we grow a little farther. And this is just part of one of those cycles that is coming to an end for you, Leo. And so when those cycles are coming to an end is always kind of like when it seems like it's probably the worst. And that's where that fierce like anger or that the heat of all of the built up like anxiety over time that has come throughout this cycle is just like building and building and building, and it can cause you to like lash out. So come back to your center, focus on what's important, and then and keep that the flow of energy open so that you can close out this cycle and move on to the next one. Okay, I like that for you, Leo. I know that it can be hard to rein that fierceness in, and there is a time and a place for that fierce energy. And there are times when the heat of that energy is there in order to create change, in order to create that momentum for it to come. And so there is a discernment that has to happen, that has to be available to you to make sure that your energy is not misdirected. This is the Sacred Rebel Oracle card and guidebook by Alana Fairchild, and this is my favorite deck of all time. It's so gorgeous. Like, she's an artist. All of the artwork is amazing. She's totally like, she has got a direct line into like this creative portal that exists that just like creates just the most beautiful things. But her guidebook is just as good. So if you are in the market for something that will be right every single time that you look at it, it is this. You should get this if you don't have it. And I will read to you what she wrote in here because I want you to have the benefit of that. I mean, I just pulled that card, but like, I'm gonna keep shuffling because I don't feel like good about it. I just kind of was a little clumsy with my shuffle. So I'm just gonna keep going here and we'll see what comes up for you. Leo, you guys are so brave. So brave. I'm like feeling that. I'm feeling that sort of like, don't fuck with me coming from you right now. And I like it about you. I like it. Okay, here we go. focus on the light. Again, we get this whole polarity of darkness and light, and you can very easily find yourself caught up in the darkness, especially in times like this when everything is so uncertain and absolutely insane. Don't let that energy get to you, because you don't want to co-create with the darkness. You want to co-create with all of the light workers that are leveling up right now. Okay, so I'm going to read this to you. Just want to make sure you can see it. Hopefully you can see this because it's so beautiful. Okay. A tremendous force of light is gathering around you. It is attracted to the purity of your intention to create from your heart. As your intention grows, so does the light. As the light grows, so does your intention. Magic wants to happen for you now. The synchronicity, perfect timing, opportunities, and information that are needed will seem to be drawn right to your door. You may start to feel as if you cannot walk outside without stumbling into something helpful, wonderful, and inspiring. So that's what happens when you start focusing on the light. Like you step into that flow, that creative flow. So beautiful. This might be startled, as this interplay of light with your heart evokes many new successes and attracts an abundance of opportunities your way. You may need to adjust as the field of light grows stronger and its effects become more palpable. That's what happens when you level up. You have to like keep adjusting. You may be uncomfortable or feel out of your depth with these changes, and that would be understandable, but it would be a shame for you to hold on to that resistance for anything more than a brief moment. Any resistance or fear will inhibit the continuing free flow of the light so that it can manifest its beauty through you in the physical world where it is needed. It is best to stay focused on your pure heart and intentions. Just allow all else to happen of its own accord without making it mean anything too personal. Simply let the workings of the great light of love flowing through a pure heart and touching the world. Even if the light that is drawn to you and flows through you has some dazzling effects, you don't have to get caught up in it. Doing so might start you worrying that you are unworthy or that you are unable to keep up. This worry will constrict possibilities rather than allowing the free flow of the light. You have permission simply to be appreciative of the light and to enjoy it as you continue to focus on what really matters, the pure intention of your heart and your desire to create. It goes on. It's actually quite long, so I know it's like you probably don't want to like listen to me read the whole thing, but I do want to touch on a few other things. This oracle brings an assurance of success of the highest order, not just commercially, but from the heart. It will manifest as a highly valuable offering to the world. This applies to a project, endeavor, or an organization in which you are involved. Your heart will help you realize which group or project it applies to. It may be more than one. However, you must stay focused. Enjoy the glittering lights of success, but don't be distracted by them. Stay on point. I know it's like so easy, Leos, to get caught up in that like limelight of success because you love it when the like stage is on you. And I know this because I have Venus in Leo, so I like have an appreciation and an understanding of that. But don't get like caught up and distracted by it. Stay on point, especially like when your success is like honored. It's just like, yes, don't get stuck on that. Stay true to yourself. This oracle also brings another message. Don't be distracted by other paths around you at this time, as you are too close to succeeding on the one that you are on now. Don't dilute your energies in pursuit of too much because it will slow down your success, and the world needs your light. So here is a healing process for you. So just have a seat and take a few deep breaths, and I'm going to read this for you, and you can make this visualization. So imagine that a huge sunflower is following the sun from sunrise to sunset. Do that right now. Imagine a golden arc of light being created by the gently moving head of the sunflower. That arc of light flips upside down to become a vessel filled with golden energy that drops down like a rainfall of energy from the golden orb of the sun. Imagine you can bathe in the vessel of golden energy. It feels good. Stay with that good feeling and let it settle in your heart. In your own time, open your eyes. You have just completed your healing process. So spend a little time with that visualization of the sun moving the sunflowers, and also like the energy that the sun brings, and the warmth that it can bring, and focus on this light from your heart. Stay true to yourself. Leo, thank you for spending some time with me. It is an honor to be with you, and I will see you next month. Much love.